the budget minister meeting today, talked about borrowing, the likelihood of borrowing to fund the additional 90.33 billion naira that the National Assembly added to fund the 2019 budget. Well, we have a financial expert to break down all of the figures and what all of this means for the budget implementation. Joining us on the program is Mr. Bismarck Rewane, CEO of Financial Derivatives Company. We'd like to thank you. Joins us via Skype. Thank you so much for joining us at this time. Help us understand what the budget minister is saying. Borrowing to fund, is it to fund the 90.33 additional NAS money to the budget, or to fund the whole budget?
There's a fiscal in the budget, which means the difference between your expenditure and your anticipated revenue. That is going to be funded by a combination of instruments. One, bills that are going to be issued. Two, some direct borrowing, and part of it, international borrowing, Eurobond. But the truth is that if you look at the budget as a whole, the 90 billion naira comes to only 1% of the total budget. It's not that material. But the principle of the president was kind of reacting to the fact that the National Assembly increased the budget at a time when he's trying to practice fiscal consolidation. So I think that's the issue. But if you go back to the budget itself, 68% of it is recurrent, and 32% is actually capex. I suspect that you're going to have a supplementary budget because the total budget itself of 8.9 trillion naira is not enough. It's not significant enough to give the fiscal impetus required to achieve the growth rate of 3.01%, which was projected. There are also some other issues there. There's the oil production target of 2.2 million barrels, which sounds realistic if you add the condensates to it. The oil price is $60 a barrel. Gives you a limited amount of headroom. But the most difficult issue is the exchange rate of 305. 305 is no rate at all. It's a rate that doesn't exist. It's the phantom of the imagination of some people. So we have to now, the real market rate is about 360. And that's what, if you use the 360 rate, you find that the budget itself is much smaller than is required.
So, Mr. Bismarck, when we look at the economic recovery and growth plan and some of the challenges like the funding challenges, even the implementation of the budget, as you've explained, and the oil price fluctuation, also security challenges, some people have said it's still going to be quite ambitious. You know, the president also said that this increase might likely affect the ERGP achievements.
Well, it is true that the ERGP, there's a gap between where we are supposed to be and where we are. There's, in fact, a very wide gap in terms of growth, in terms of the fiscal deficit, in terms of the policies, the policy cocktail. However, we are making progress. The progress is too slow compared to our ambitious our vision. So the president is saying that, look, if I must hit the road running, if I must achieve and accomplish these things and have an impact on people's lives, then I need not to be constrained. But, you know, strange enough, it's not a constraint. What is happening is that the National Assembly is saying spend more, but spend more in those areas where the National Assembly have their constituency projects. The president said, I want to spend more in those areas which will have an impact. There are some things that that definitely will not go well with the international investors, and those things need to be have to be reconciled. But by and large, it's, a 90 billion naira difference is not going to make such an impact. What is important is that that budget for 2019, we are going to have to spend at least another 1 or 2 trillion more in areas that have impact, job elasticity, and to drive growth. Don't forget that we have the minimum wage accomplished. In this budget, only 160 billion was provided for the minimum wage. The total consequential cost of minimum wage is more than that.
All right, a lot of issues to look at. We'd like to thank you so much, Mr. Bismarck Rewane, CEO of Financial Derivatives Company, for joining us on the program.